Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everyone. How are you? You joined me from the lovely jungle of the Yucatan Peninsula, about 100 kilometers outside of Playa del Carmen, in the ancient Mayan ruins of Coba. You can see the jungle in the background here. I'm on these rented bikes, cycling between the ancient cities, you know, the ones you see in cartoons and films, everything else, with those nice pyramidy looking things that have been around for about 1 million years. Well, that's where I am. Anyway, I thought this would be an opportune moment to film something, excuse me, let's go over the bumps, to film a quick video about one of the other 5 steps of my mentoring program. So I don't know if you guys know that I have 5 steps in my program, and the last couple of videos I've done, I've touched on 2 of those. Not in any particular order, because that would be far too logical. The first video I made was about purpose and having a distinct mission and a distinct why behind everything you do and the importance that has. And then I made a video about flow states, which was linked to my first step, which is the importance of your identity and the importance of self-awareness, knowing yourself, knowing what you're like, knowing what you're good at, and knowing how to leverage your strengths and mitigate your weaknesses. Well, the third step in my 5-step program is the who. I nearly got it wrong then. Is the who. And what I mean by who is knowing your customer. So knowing who it is that you want to serve. So before you even get to the point of deciding what business you want to run, excuse me, I'm going to meet some pedestrians here. Before you even get to the point of knowing what business you want to set up, you want to know who it is you want to serve. Who is it that you want to add value to through your product or your service, whatever it is you end up doing. And the reason that's important is it's a bit like having a mission. You want to be inspired by who it is that you're serving. You want to make sure that every morning you get up, you're delighted with who it is you're adding value to. You know the audience, you know who they are, you know their pain points, you know their challenges, and you're inspired to help them out on a daily basis. There are lots of businesses out there, great business ideas, but their product or service is adding value to people that they don't really care about. It's a demographic of people they don't really get and they're not too bothered about. So if you're inspired by who it is that you're serving, you're going to be much more motivated, much more dedicated to fulfilling that. And that for me is why it's a third step before you've even decided what business it is you want to run. I'm going to stop here. And there's various ways of finding that, and one of the steps I take is, or one of the things I have my clients do, is to figure out if there's been any life lessons you've learned, any particular occasions in your life where you've gone through something that's very difficult or challenging and that you've overcome it. Have a look at what you were like during that time, what age were you, what were you up to at the time, what were your challenges, and then think, is it potentially that person, you, a few years ago, that it is you want to serve? And that's a lot of the time, that's a really firm reasoning behind it. So for me, I want to add value. I want to help people who are going through or about to go through the same pain points I had when I wanted to figure out what my business was. I want to help people get through that process, make it quicker for them, make it less painless, make it more efficient, and of course cheaper. So I know the pain points that these people are facing, I know the questions they're asking themselves, and I know what information they need to help get through that. So maybe have a think back in your life, things that you've overcome, challenges that you've faced, lessons that you've learned that you want to share and impart with the world, and think who were you at that point, and whether you would like to help that person out, and if so, what that mission is. If you can tie it, of course, to your purpose and your mission, then you're onto an absolute winner, and that's where the magic lies. So that'll be my little takeaway, my little task for you guys is to have a think about that. So by the time you've got that worked out, you've got your purpose and your mission, and you know which direction you're heading in. You understand yourself, and you've got clarity over self-awareness, and then you know who it is you want to serve, then you're onto an absolute winner, and from there you can then decide, find the nuances and the details of what business it is you actually want to run. So I'll leave it with you there, and we're coming up to the next set of big ruins here, and excuse me, we're nearly there. I hope that helped, and I will check in again in another few days. Bye!